Hey folks, and welcome back to Ricky's Reviews, where we'll be looking to sort the craft from the crap and hoping to find you your next best brew. Following on from last week, we have ourselves another Big West Coaster and two giants collaborating to create it. Realized after my last review, I've been somewhat overdoing it on the New Englanders and haven't spent enough time appreciating the classic West Coast IPA. So today we have, and I have no intention of downplaying this at all, what could seriously be a modern day classic. As today we have two of the UK's, and in fact probably the world's best breweries, combining for what should be an absolute treat. Like I said previously, for me, these two have to be up there with the world's best right now. Both have definitely cornered the New England and hazy IPA style to a T. So I'm very interested to see how their expansion out west goes. And as I'm making a similar sort of leap myself, this seemed like the perfect beer for today's episode. With a cheeky nod to the gonzo king himself, Hunter S. Thompson, this promises to be one hell of a ride. Although I guess Flying Dog must have an exclusive with Ralph Steadman. Or maybe he just costs too damn much these days. Either way, it would have been very damn cool if they could have got him to do a couple of drawings for the can. So it's got a very pineapple aroma, a little bit piney too, and a beautiful golden body and a slight haze to it. So yeah, that is quite grassy, very bitter. Notes of straw in there as well. Massive gulps of grapefruit too. It is a subtly resinous and also very subtly dank too. And although on the nose it does smell like it could be quite sweet, none of that sweetness is found so far. And other than that subtle dankness, there really is no hint of that ABV in here. It is very lightly carbonated, and other than that citrus kick, it is quite smooth drinking. So today is in fact #Beer Lovers Day. Not to be confused, of course, with National Beer Day or National IPA Day or whichever other beer-inspired days there are. It's just every day is Beer Lovers Day here on this channel. So to my fellow beer lovers everywhere, cheers. So now that beer's started to develop a little bit, that grapefruit, it's starting to ease up a little bit, and it's being replaced by some apricot notes in there. A little bit sweeter than it was before, but still, as you'd expect, very, very bitter. And although I can start to feel it fogging around in my head, it's still very, very easy drinking. And this may not have been the wisest beer selection, being that I'm starting at 8 AM again tomorrow. Although at least I'll know I will sleep well. So, as I expected it would be, Deya and Verdant haven't let me down yet. This really was a classic West Coaster. Hugely bitter, lots of citrus, grapefruit really at the fore, with subtle straw and grassy notes in there too. Piney and a little resinous, with a very subtle dankness, which is probably coming from that 10% ABV. It does sweeten up a little bit midway. Less of that dominating grapefruit and an apricot note starts to take over. But it doesn't change a whole lot. That bitterness really does carry through to the end. And although it's a big 10% tipper with a real big bitter bite, it really is quite smooth drinking. You could quite easily get through some of these before you realized your legs stopped working. And I'm much more of a New England kind of guy, as I'm sure you may have noticed. But for a change, this really did hit the spot. And if West Coast IPAs, or tippers in this case, float your boat, then this beer has your name written all over it. Buy that ticket, take that ride.